Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Childless couples of the northeastern region need no longer look elsewhere to adopt the test tube baby technology. They now have their own center in Guwahati. Though this is no mean achievement, it has raised certain social and ethical questions. Agenda delves into it.
Thanks to the extrauterine fertilization technology, the key component behind the birth of a test tube baby. On the 7th of July this year, the Institute of Human Reproduction at Guwahati witnessed a miracle. A 51-year-old woman became the proud mother of a healthy baby. The woman, who prefers to remain anonymous, is the oldest woman in the country and the first in the Northeast to give birth to a test tube baby. This feat was achieved at the Institute of Human Reproduction, the only private nursing home in the Northeast to specialize in associated reproductive technology, an artificial insemination procedure.
Many cases of infertility, they will not be conceived by other normal procedures or easy procedures. And in these cases, we have to have facility for the test tube baby. The only obstacle is the success rate. Success rate all over the world is about 15 to 20%, and that's why. And the treatment cost is very high. Each treatment cycle costs to the patient about 45 rupees, including medicines. So it's a restraint on the part of the patient to continue second cycle or third cycle. Even many of them cannot afford the first cycle.
For the first time in India, the birth of the test tube baby has raised a number of questions, especially regarding its social acceptability. While the idea may find acceptance in the urban areas and given time may become as common as a cesarean case, the more conservative sections, especially in the rural areas, may not readily digest the concept. In the present case, the lady wishes to remain anonymous as she is apprehensive of the reaction of the people.
इस इंस्टीट्यूट में अभी पहला टेस्ट ट्यूब बेबी हुआ है। ये सभी के लिए बहुत गर्व की बात है। पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन का ही सभी लोग अभी आशा कर सकते हैं कि कंसेप्शन के लिए जिन लोगों का प्रॉब्लम है सभी का हेल्दी बेबी हो सकता है।
It will create some problem because it is a new phenomenon, new achievement in our place, and for those literate men, they will accept it. But in our villages, where mostly illiterate people live, they are very much religious minded. It will create a problem to them.
Since we have come to know that you are childless and issueless, would
Yes.
you like to adapt the idea of conceiving such a test tube baby?
The thing is that I would have definitely thought it. I can say it 10 years ago. Now I consider myself a little bit older, and I find myself that it will be difficult for me to look after a baby. So if I would have come to know 10 years ago, definitely I would have accepted it very, very gladly.
The test tube technology rekindles hope in the hearts of many a childless couple. Those yearning for a child of their own can now hope to realize their dreams using this technology. In this field, the Institute of Human Reproduction is doing yeoman service to the people of the Northeast.
Also a challenge to the woman who is 55 years old, being the eldest one in Asia and becoming a mother of a newborn baby. That is very challenging. But there are also many other aspects.
And I think that majority of the people we like it very much, because though it sounds little ridiculous that when we are trying to reduce the population, especially in northeastern region, it is overpopulated. At the same time, we are trying to develop test tube babies. But to a childless baby, if one can give a child, especially of their own instead of adaptation, it is a great pleasure to them.
So the difference is this: I think in urban area it will be accepted, because many people will go to the real procedure, the scientific procedure, how the baby is born. So they will accept it. But for villagers, I think parents will have to make a lot of stories about the baby, how the baby is born, how the 55 years old mother has got a baby, and maybe that she will say that my baby I have adopted, or they may not reveal the real thing in villages. And I think even doctors won't reveal the names.
Baidhan Khlam is one of the most popular festivals of Meghalaya. Unique to the Jayantiyas, it is celebrated in the earnest hope to reap a rich harvest and to ward off miseries. Canvas highlights the excitement that goes with it.
Baidhan Khlam is a unique all-male festival. Celebrated by the Jayantiyas of Joswai in Meghalaya, the festival is a blend of Hinduism and the ancient Panar culture. It is celebrated after the sowing season in the month of July. Baidhan Khlam literally means driving away the plague, and it is a festival to invoke blessings for rich harvest and deliverance from miseries. A peculiar feature of this festival is that the women are barred from participation in public celebrations. Their role is confined to offering sacrificial food to the ancestral spirits. They also invoke their blessings so that life here would be good and worthy of the next one above. Baidhan Khlam is preceded by the performance of the Dinso Pen ceremony at the house of the priestess. This is followed by the preparation of the rots. They are tall structures of bamboos decorated with paper and tassels, prepared in different localities called dongs. Tall and straight trees called Dain Khlam have a great significance in Baidhan Khlam. Different dongs send their men to find such trees. The most sacred tree, the Khong, is cut by a particular dong called Khonrai. At the close of this festival, the Dain Khlams are brought to the marketplace of Javai, the Yavmu Siang, accompanied by music and fanfare. They are left there overnight. In the morning, they are taken to different dongs and set up in upright positions. The Khong, however, is taken away by the Khonrai. In the evening, replicas of the Dain Khlams are set up in front of all the houses. On the last day, people gather in large numbers at the Ithnar pool for the immersion ceremony. It is preceded by religious rites. The Jaintiya elders then congregate at the house of the priestess, who presents them with bamboo sticks. They then beat the roofs of each house to drive away the evil spirits. The Dain Khlam replicas are then broken. The rots are brought from different parts of the town to the Ithnar for immersion. Women and children gather in their finery to watch the men dance in the muddy pool and perform the penultimate rites. After the rots are immersed, the Kongrais bring the Kong. This is the time for all, irrespective of clan affiliations, to touch the sacred tree. A drama is enacted. Konrai shows a great reluctance in bringing the Kong. The people on the other side stretch out their hands and beseech the Konrai to make haste. As soon as the sacred tree reaches the pool, men rush out to touch it. For the first man to touch the Kong would be the most blessed man of the year. The festival ends with the Dafla Wakor ceremony, a kind of rugby played with wooden ball. The game is supposed to bless the winner with a rich harvest. A free-for-all game, it is played by the strongest and bravest of men as no tactic is out of order. Beardenklum festival is a time for merrymaking after the arduous task of sowing. It is a means for uniting the Jaintiyas and reinfusing vigor in their dongs. Though associated with the Panar culture, Beardenklum is a composite festival.
You will see that beautiful blend of Indian culture and the integration of India itself, because in it you will see all the three major festivals of India blended together. The hill people, they don't have as much time as the people in the plains. So you will see here part of the Holi festival of India, part of the Ras Jatra festival of India, and part of the Durga Puja. The Holi is when we smear each other with mud. We do not have colors.
In the celluloid world, Janu Barua is a name to be reckoned with. Acclaimed both nationally and internationally, there have been no dearth of laurels for him. By winning the National Award for the Best Director this year, he has proved himself once again. Northeast File has an exclusive interview with him.
From the day I joined films, I tried to build up my own convictions as a filmmaker and try to do justice to this medium. And I feel that it's very satisfying, you know, although there's a lot of struggle in it. But the moment you create something, when you complete it, and when it is appreciated or even if it's criticized, and I feel nice, you know, when it's talked about, particularly it gives, when I find that my film is giving something to the society, you know, then I feel very much satisfied. So I think although there is a lot of struggle as a filmmaker, I think I can go on.
Awarded variously with both national and international honors, Janu Barua has evolved over time.
In any process of development, there is always some part of the society which gets affected as a result of the so-called development, material development. So we usually would not have a policy. Our policies are do not have any accommodation for this affected part.
Perhaps in the coming decades, we can hopefully look ahead for it.
Standing firm with all its majesty in the middle of the Brahmaputra is Umanand. A representative of the Ahom and the pre-Ahom architecture, This temple has both historic and religious importance. Our next section, Destination.
Situated on the Peacock Island amidst the Brahmaputra is Umanand Temple. A 15-minute boat ride, seemingly a journey into the past, Umanand is still steeped in myths and legends. It is said that Lord Shiva made a permanent abode here to keep his consort Uma in good humor, hence the name Umanand. The island is also known as Bhasmachala or the Hill of Bhasma. A legend links the island to the rejuvenation of Kamadev, who was reduced to ashes by Shiva. The ancient name of Kamarup seems to owe its origin to this legend. On top of the hillock are located 3 temples, Umanand, Chandrasekhar and Hargauri. These belonged to the pre-Ahom period. On the ruined structure of these temples, Umanand temples were built. Umanand Temple, as an important center of pilgrimage, finds mention in the Kalika Purana and Yogini Tantra of the 10th and 16th century AD, respectively. The temple is constructed in the Panch Rath style of the North Indian architecture. It is a simple brick structure, the most notable feature of which is the mastak. In addition to its rare grace, the mastak is the first of its kind in Ahom architecture. The Chandrasekhar temple in this complex was built in the 1820s by Chandrakanta Singh. En route to Umanand is Urvashi Khuti, a large stone watermark. Legend has it that the Khuti was the beautiful woman Urvashi turned into a stone. The exposed parts of the Urvashi island provides exciting opportunities for rock climbing. Its sand banks attract visitors during the winters. Umanand is one of the Panch Tirth, which attracts a large number of devotees, mainly during Shivratri. On this occasion, these islands wear a festive look, and special ferry boats and steamers are pressed into service to carry thousands of devotees to the temple. The Umanand temple is an important historic and religious site. Besides the scenic beauty of this place, a river cruise to the island is a beautiful experience for any visitor to Assam.
Destination information. Umanand. Umanand is situated near Guwahati. Road link. Guwahati is well connected by road with rest of the country. Rail. Guwahati is well connected by rail. Air. Indian Airlines and other private airlines regularly touch Guwahati Airport. Where to stay. Hotel facilities are available at Guwahati. The State Tourist Department has many tourist lodges which offer boarding and lodging at nominal rates.